Hello everyone, welcome to part 31 of Laravel 11 series, in which we are creating the e-commerce website with Laravel and MongoDB, and we will continue working on categories module. And in this video we are going to display categories in admin panel, and we are going to work on active, inactive and delete categories feature as well. In the last video we able to see that we able to insert the categories, dummy categories into the MongoDB. Earlier we have able to create the categories collection. You can see I'm going to refresh it once, and you can see the categories collection here. Okay, so some of the documents we able to add here. We able to add the clothing, electronics as well as the appliances as the parent categories. Okay, so now we are going to show these categories in admin panel. So let's start. Let's follow the instructions, and you can find these instructions under video description as well. Okay, so let's start. This is the first step. We are going to create the route, categories route in web.php file. So I'm going to open I'm going to close the earlier files first of all, and we'll open that web.php file, and we'll create here the categories route. Okay, in which we are going to show the categories. Here I'm going to mention the categories. So this is the route in which we are going to show the categories, and in category controller that we have created in the last video, I'm going to open that category controller, and we'll create the categories function. So I'm going to copy this function, and we'll add up this category function here. Okay, in which we are fetching all the categories from the categories collection, you can see. And we have simply here see JSON decode encode we have done to convert it to array. Okay, you can check once, like if I'm going to open the admin panel, and we'll open here the categories, then you can see all the categories here. Okay, so category controller is required to add in route. Here we are required to add the category controller as well. Okay, so we are going to add the category controller, and now I'm going to refresh, and okay, so it is saying to add the category model as well. Okay, so we are required to add the category model here. Use app models category. So I'm going to refresh once again, and you can see all the categories we are able to fetch. So there is the another way. If you don't want to do like this, I'm going to remove it, and can simply convert it to 2 array. And after that, just I can check with do and die to test the categories, that the categories are coming fine. Yes, these are coming fine here. Okay, so let's see the next step. In the next step, we have already included the category model, and now we are going to create the relation. We are going to find the parent category. So this parent category relation has one relation I'm going to add in category model. So I'm going to open the category model now, and we'll add this relation here. So this parent category relation will help in finding the parent category of the current category. If in case the parent category exists, then it will help to find the parent category. Okay, so here we have defined the has one relation, because every category has one parent category. Okay, it is not possible that the category may have the multiple parent category. Every category is having the one parent category, like we can see that clothing category is the parent category for men. Okay, so after adding this parent category, we are going to add the categories function. Okay, and this categories function we are going to add in category model. Okay, so I'm going to add it in category model. Oh sorry, so this function we are going to modify in the category controller itself. Okay, so because here we have added the parent category here, or we can simply add the parent category here. Okay, that parent category relation we are going to add with this one, so that we can able to fetch the parent category of every category if there is the parent category exists. Okay, so I'm going to check now, and we'll see that if I able to find the parent category, and here you can see the parent category is null because parent category does not exist for all these categories, because these are the parent categories is itself. You can see the parent id is null, so it means these are the parent categories. So if in case this is the subcategory like men, then it will show the parent category. In parent category it will show the clothing. Okay, so let's continue further. And these categories we are going to compact and will send to the categories blade file. Okay, that we have already done. Okay, so I'm going to comment this one, and now in next step we are going to create the categories.blade.php file. Okay, so we are going to create the categories folder inside resources views. Okay, I'm going to open htdocs, then project 11, resources, views, admin. After that I'm going to create new folder that will be categories. Okay, so inside this I'm going to create the file. In Mac we can create the file. There are two ways to create with the touch command. Categories dot blade.php. We can also go inside and can create this file. In Windows you can go inside the folder and can create the file. Okay, so once the file has been created, we are going to open the file here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy from some other file the content of some other file like CMS pages. I'm going to copy and will paste here. Then I'm going to make some changes like the here I'm going to add the categories. Here also I'm going to mention the categories, and here also I'm going to mention the categories. Okay, so this form I'm going to the table I'm going to copy from here. Okay, table id categories. So this complete table I'm going to copy and paste here, will replace this table. Okay, so now I will just align it correctly, and this categories id I'm going to add it in layout.php file to call the data table for it. Okay, so now I'm going to check here, refresh here, and here okay, pages module. Okay, so see, we have the in CMS controller you can see that this set admin subadmin permission for CMS pages. Here I'm going to copy because I want to set permission for the categories module as well, and we'll add it here. Only the few changes we are going to do here. Just I'm going to replace it with the categories, CMS pages with the categories. Okay, categories module count, and here also and here categories, here also categories, categories module, and here I think we have replaced everywhere. I'm going to just check it with CMS and page, so it's fine. So this categories module I am going to return to the categories split file. I'm going to refresh now, and here okay, so admin's role, we are going to add this admin role at the top. So yeah, auth we are going to add now. This pages module we are going to replace with the categories module in categories. So I'm going to search for this pages module and we'll replace it with the categories module. So category id, and its id must not be there because we don't have any id column, and we have the underscore id column, but it is not required to show here. Okay, so now we can see the name, parent category, url, credit on, and actions. So finally we able to display the categories here. Okay, so you can see we can able to call the data table as well, and the data table is coming fine. You can see the search is also coming here. Like if we want to search for specific category, we can able to search it as well. Okay, so now we are going to add the category status. Okay, so I'm going to replace it, this td with the category status. Here we are going to add the icons for it. Okay, so I'm going to add it, and after that I'm going to add the route. Okay, I'm going to add the route here. After this I'm going to add the route, and after that I'm going to add that update category status. So I'm going to add this in category controller. Okay, so finally here we are going to add its jQuery function in custom.js file. It is same like we have done with the CMS pages as well earlier. Okay, so all these steps will remain the same. I hope that you have followed that and everything is clear to you that what we are doing. Okay, so here I briefly tell you that we have added here the class update category status, and based on this class the jQuery function runs, and we are sending the id, that is the category id. Okay, and here as well we are sending the category id, and here we are sending the active, and here we are sending the inactive status. Okay, and once it reach here, then we are calling the update category status route, in which we are sending the status as well as the category id. Okay, so like this route we have added in web.php file, and that calls that update category status function that is located here in the category controller, and this function finally updates the category status. Like if the status is 0, then it will convert it to 1, and if it is 1, then it will convert it to 0, means active to inactive, inactive to active. Okay, so and one more thing that is crucial, that we are required to compare it with the underscore id instead of id. We are required to compare it with the underscore id. So I'm going to check it that it is working fine or not. I'm going to disable it and will refresh it, and we'll see yes, it is working fine. And here in the MongoDB as well, you can see that we able to make the status to 0 of appliances, and here you can see yes, appliance status is 0. I'm going to make the status of all the categories to 0 to inactive, it means 0. I'm going to refresh and will find status is 0 for all the categories, you can see. Okay, so finally I'm going to make the status active for all, and here I will refresh and will see the status is active for all the categories. Okay, so finally we able to make the status active and inactive for the categories instantly without the refresh of the page. So finally one more thing we are going to do, we are going to add the delete functionality. Okay, for delete functionality, very small thing we are going to do, we are going to add here the delete link with confirm delete class, by which we are going to call the jQuery function, in which we are going to pass the delete category title, and record, that is the category, and record id, that is the category id. Okay, once we will send these to there, then we are going to call this route, delete category route, from that common jQuery function. Okay, you can see the common jQuery function here, the delete function that we have added earlier for deleting of any of the module here with sweet alert. And here you can see the common delete function, in which the record, that is the categories, and record IDs, that is the category ID. Okay, so that will call this delete hyphen category, this route. Okay, so here I'm going to add this one, and I'm going to copy this delete category function, and will add it in category controller, and here I'm going to add this one here. Okay, so I'm going to add it here, delete category function, and now I'm going to refresh it, and here see, it is saying something is incorrect. I'm going to check undefined array key id. Yes, okay, so I'm going to check here in the categories, and here we are required to update this one, record id must be underscore id here. Okay, everywhere it must be underscore id because we are not using the id, this MySQL id, we are using the underscore id of MongoDB. Okay, now it is fine. Now if I will click on delete, and there is some I think we are required to add an BSP. Okay, so it will give some space. We are going to add it in front of this link and we'll refresh it, and yeah, now it is working fine. Now it is visibility seems to be correct. Okay, so now if I click on delete for electronics, and you can see, are you sure this sweet alert is coming. If I will click on cancel, that it will not do anything, and if I will click on yes delete it, then it is going to delete that category, and the message is coming here, success, category deleted successfully, and here from here we can close it as well. So finally we able to insert the integrate the delete functionality as well. Both active and inactive and delete functionality is working fine for our categories module. So so this is the that is done in this part, and now we will continue in the next video as well. And please join as well as the subscribe the channel. This is the Stack Developers YouTube channel, and hope that you have subscribed the channel, and please also join it if you want to get the complete source code. Okay, so that's all for now. Have a nice time. Goodbye.